At this time, I'm going to call this meeting to order, the time being 12:04. First of all, I want to say welcome to today's special meeting of the City Commission of Rio Grande City, today being Thursday, April 10th, 2025. We're going to proceed with item 1A. With the invocation, I'm going to ask Commissioner Olivares to please lead us in the invocation today. Yes. Thank you.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for allowing us to gather here today in this beautiful historic building where the current iteration of our city government started in 1993. We ask for a special blessing upon all those in this room, all those in our community, for all our employees. And we ask for unity for this commission so that we can make decisions that will positively impact our city as we move forward. We ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Amen. And at this time, if you can join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now to the Texas flag, please.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Today's a very special day, and before we proceed with our agenda, there's a matter outside of the agenda that I would like to highlight. And I've prepared a statement. Today, our community witnessed an incredible act of bravery and collaboration among law enforcement agencies. A high-speed pursuit involving a driver transporting undocumented aliens ended in a dangerous and dramatic scene when the suspect attempted to flee by driving into the Rio Grande. Thanks to the swift response and coordination of our police department and partnering agencies, the situation was brought under control without further tragedy. Two of the individuals being smuggled ended up in the river facing life-threatening conditions. In a moment that called for courage and swift action, Sergeant Epifanio Perez of the Rio Grande City Police Department launched himself into the river and successfully rescued both individuals, ultimately saving their lives. This act of bravery highlights the dedication and compassion that defines our officers. Sergeant Perez, your courage under pressure honors the badge and the people of this city. I'm proud to recognize you, Chief Joey Solis, the entire police department for your service, commitment, and heroism today. Thank you to all the agencies who assisted in today's operation. Your teamwork and professionalism made a difference today. Today could have ended up in a tragedy, but because of your courage and quick action, lives were saved. Today was a very difficult day for a lot of people, and as I've mentioned, the entire police department collaborated with other partnering agencies. And as I mentioned earlier, there was a high-speed pursuit. They engaged our local law enforcement, engaged this individual, and it is my understanding that Sergeant Perez today was a hero, and I'm assuming that you're here, Sergeant. Do you mind walking over to the front, because we want to recognize you today in our police department as well. One of the things that I want to highlight, and it's my understanding that you assisted some specialized training that dealt with swimming operations and things of this nature?
So far, yes, sir.
Okay.
The department.
Is this mic on, or I don't know if it's on?
Oh,
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, so that we can
Yes, sir.
hear you. Can
Yes,
you
sir.
tell us what that training entailed?
Sure, yes, sir. So far the training was conducted in the New Braunfels area, along with another officer with the Rio Grande City Police Department. We're assigned to take that class along with the Rio Grande City Fire Department. We went through 3 days of very hard training and came out on top. So,
Okay. And when you're talking about this training, what kind of a training was it?
sir, the training is pretty much consisted of training operations as to how to rescue individuals in high-speed rivers,
Okay.
with the high currents.
And I understand, obviously, that this is still an ongoing investigation,
Yes, sir.
but without disclosing confidential details, do you mind telling us your participation today and how you rescued some lives?
Sure, yes, sir. So the pursuit came out through our regional channel as the Sergeant Sheriff's Office was requesting assistance for the pursuit. We overheard the transmission and proceeded to engage. Myself and another officer Daniel Trevino, engaged in the pursuit. Turned south on Midway, ended up going down to dirt road where the vehicle ended up ditching out close to the river. 4 individuals exited the vehicle and began to proceed to the river. 3 of the individuals were struggling, one of which was a female who was near the river. At that point, I ran up to the edge, removed my gear, boots, and slid down a steep portion of the land that was there. Went into the river. Approached the female. At that point, DPS was also in the river with me. Once we got close to the female, we were able to grab the female, escort her out. At that point, I saw another male individual who was already submerged further downriver. At that point, I began to swim towards him. Once I got to him, there was a current that was not visible from the surface, but was from underneath. I was able to grab him. At that point, I let the current take me a little bit while I was holding on with my left arm and treading water with my right and my legs. At that point, I was able to grab hold of a stump with my right foot, and I remained there treading water and going against current until Border Patrol and DPS arrived at my location. At that point, I was able to strengthen up the last bit I had, pushed them over to them, and then I rested a little bit. At that point, I saw another individual that was upriver who was refusing to exit the water where Border Patrol was at. So I swam upriver towards him and gave him commands to exit the river. As I was nearing him, it's when he ended up turning himself in and pulling himself out.
Okay. Well, today is a very significant day for our law enforcement agencies, and especially for our local police department. We're very proud. And it goes to show that preparation, training pays off. And today, the investment that was made in your preparation and in your training saved lives. So today is very significant. We are very proud of our department, of our chief, and especially of you today, sir. We want to recognize your act of bravery and heroism today. We have prepared something to honor that. And at this time, I would ask that everybody please join me in a big round of applause for our chief and for our sergeant. The minute that I heard that you were involved in this situation, I reached out to the chief and I specifically told him, you know what, we should not wait for this. This is something that's very significant. You saved lives today. And that's very honorable, very selfless of you to be able to just launch yourself, risk your life for the lives of others. And it goes to show the commitment that our department has, the commitment that our chief has, the commitment that especially you have to your community and to the people that reside here. We're very proud to have you here, sir. And we're going to honor that today.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I do have a little award of valor for you. It reads, Award of Valor proudly presented to Sergeant Epifano Perez for outstanding police performance in the saving of 2 human lives on April 10, 2025. Braving the river's current to rescue another life and facing an unsafe situation and significant risk to his own personal safety. Sergeant Perez demonstrated heroism in the face of danger, thereby earning respect and admiration for himself, the Rio Grande City Police Department, and his community.
Thank you, Chief.
And also, I would like to present you, Sergeant Pettis, with a Medal of Valor from the Rio Grande City Police. Thank you, Chief.
Sergeant, do you mind stepping over here? Extremely proud of you, sir. Yeah, and this is something that should not wait. It's something that should be recognized because we value everything that you do for us and for our community.
I thank you all too. I appreciate it.
Chief, please. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Wow. I can't express the gratitude that we have for you today.
I appreciate that very much.
It's something difficult to verbalize, to put it into words, because obviously it's something that you experienced, something that you did today, and today you saved lives. Obviously, we hear about heroes in movies, stories, and all over the world, right? But today, we have our very own hero, and it's from here, from Stark County, from Rio Grande, and he is within our department. Very proud of you, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
We're going to continue with our agenda. And at this time, I'm going to call roll. Commissioner Bendeleon is absent. Commissioner Nune Olivares is absent. Commissioner Eviel Barrera?
Present.
I'm sorry?
You said Nune Olivares.
Oh, I'm sorry. I turned that way, and Nune Barrera, I'm sorry. Commissioner Olivares?
I am here.
He is here.
Nune Barrera is absent.
Nune Barrera is absent. I do find that we have quorum to proceed today. Is there anybody that signed up for a public forum? No, sir. Okay. Now we move forward to the consent agenda. Item 2A, approval of department travel requests. Do we have any requests for today?
Yes. I will present on behalf of Ms. Valerie Brown as well.
Very well, ma'am.
And this is for the 75th annual TMHRA conference. This is a conference that is tailored for professional and human resources in various city departments, designed for benefits and risk administrators, city secretary, and human resources director, etc. These sessions are designated to optimize productivity and enhance personal development, increase knowledge, and strengthen human resources functions of municipal government. They're going to have breakout sessions and networking opportunities with attendees and sponsors. This date for this year, this conference aligns well for human resources because there's no payroll on that week. And on behalf of myself, I would like to attend as well for it.
And it is for you,
And
Valerie,
Valerie.
okay?
It's from May 6th through May 9th.
Very well. And any other travel requests that we may have?
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commission.
Good afternoon.
Yes, the PR department is requesting travel requests for the Tamio Spring Quarterly Meeting. This will be a free conference that will be held for communication specialists, and it will be free, and it will be at South Padre Island at the Island Resort. And the only thing we will be requesting is the expense for travel.
Very well. Do we have any more?
Mayor, Commission. The police department has two different travel requests. First one is for Detective Ramirez and our crime victims liaison, Ms. Cruz. That is for the 20th annual conference on crimes against women in Dallas. Portion of the cost is actually covered by both of their grants. And the second travel is for the Texas Criminal Justice Information User Group in Kerrville. That is for our administrative assistant, who is also our lead supervisor for dispatch, and her assistant. This is for UCR's trainings, any updates DPS has for entering stolen items, missing people. So this is an annual conference.
Very well, sir. Mr. Barrera?
Good afternoon, Mayor Falcón.
Good afternoon.
Commissioners. This is from the EDC section. The first one is our Main Street Coordinator, Ms. Yandere de la Cruz, will be attending the Historic Preservation Conference in Austin. This is an annual conference, and the Main Street Coordinator has to attend to continue her certification as a Main Street Coordinator. The other two are for the EDC Director. Any new EDC Director has to attend or become a member of the Texas Education Development Council, and they attend the basic economic course. This one is scheduled in June, 2 to 6 in Austin, and that's the one that I'm going to attend. The other one is the TechStat course. That is a course that has to be, I have to attend for anything that we do with TechStat. The EDC Director has to be certified to manage those projects. So those are the two ones.
When is that going to happen, sir?
That is scheduled from 9 to 10 July in Fort Worth.
Any other requests, ma'am?
Mayor,
Thank
I would like to make a motion to approve the travel request as presented.
Second?
Second.
Motion has been second. Any questions, concerns? All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. They have been approved. Moving forward to item 3, contracts and agreements. A, discussion and possible action regarding the approval of expenditures and contracts values that less than $50,000 but more than $5,000 that comply with or are exempt from section 252.0215 of the local government code.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners.
Good afternoon, sir.
I have a couple of expenditures that are over 5,000. First one being the audit services for our audit. It went over by $8,000. We recall last meeting, I asked for the approval of payment to the auditor up to the contract amount. This year's audit, it required a lot more work than I anticipated, and in the past, the auditor has been absorbing the costs in the previous years. He's been doing our audit since 2018. He's been doing a great job, but this year there was an extensive amount of work added to the audit. There was close to $5 million more in grant monies that he had to audit. There was many more POs that were done throughout the year. Our budget almost doubled back from 2018, so the work that is required to the audit, it's more extensive. So the audit was above 8,000, and this is asking for the approval of those other payments of the additional. The audit is done already. By the way, he was going to present today, but he had a death in the family. He couldn't make it, so we moved it to the further meeting.
So the total is $15,493.75?
No, the audit was, his contract was 70,000, and it went over by 8,000.
Oh, okay.
So we already paid him the 70,000 that was in the contract, so we're paying this 8,000.
Okay. And it's your recommendation that we approve?
Yes.
Okay.
I also have another item on the next page, page 57, is for ClearGov. I know when, I don't know if you all recall, when we presented the budget last year, I wasn't gonna budget for a budget software, but due to the fact that my department's short-staffed and there's a lot of work, I just can't do it on an Excel format, so I'm asking for the purchase of a ClearGov. It's actually cheaper than the one we were using in the previous years, and I want to present a professional audit budget, so this is going to help us get a professional budget out there and
Okay.
work easier.
Very well.
And I also have There's a purchase, it's gonna be done by the water department, but I'm gonna be presenting that one. This is in regards to, back in, I wanna say in January, we passed the software for Invoice Cloud, that's to be able to take payments, on the water department. They would offer more payment options as far as, Cash App, credit cards, and their credit card fees are gonna be much less than what we're paying right now. Our IT department had checked with Tyler Technologies and see we had a module available. They had told us we did have it. It turns out that we didn't. They gave us I guess they were looking at a different module. So we're required to have this module for their software to be adaptable to our Tyler Encode software. This is costing us $7,330 for the first year. Invoice Cloud is gonna cover $5,000 of it, so the city would cover the $2,300 remaining. I'd like to get this approved as soon as possible so we can start working on them, because the longer we wait, the more fees we pay in the credit card existing contract that we have right now.
Okay. Are you presenting anything else?
That's all for me.
We have,
Fire department?
I see that we have a couple of invoices here from the fire department. This is for F&W Electric Contractors, LED lights, and a beacon as well.
That's correct.
What are those, sir?
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Mayor and City Commission. These are previously approved through the board of the RAMP grant. It's the 90-10 grant match. And these two particular, one is for a beacon light, and the other one is basically replacing all the runway lights, LED types on the runway.
And which one is this beacon light?
A beacon light is the one that is hovering over the station, the airport, that lights out a bright light for aircrafts to land.
Yes, okay.
That rotates in. That's where the rotates? That's the one rotating. And that one comes out to, I believe, 43,000, no, 25,250.
25,250.
Yes.
And
And
the
the
other-
other ones are the runway lights. Those are the ones that
Okay,
run.
this is for the airport specifically, both of them,
Yes,
correct?
both are.
Okay,
Correct.
very well.
There's monies from the grant that were set. For the REM grant, correct. Yes, it's a 90-10 match, and there is money for that. Right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Here I have two invoices. The first invoice would be for grant works for administrative services done with the downtown program for the revitalization of Britton Avenue. So this is for administrative milestone number 1, getting all the files from us, resolutions we passed, policies and everything. This will be reimbursed 100% with TDA funds. Once this payment is approved, we will certify on TDA Go, and they would get this process through them.
And do we know when we're going to be reimbursed?
Right now, they're still pending some report that she submitted at the beginning of March to be approved. Once those reports are approved by TDA, this payment will be processed by them. Normally, once it's starting the process with them, we should receive it within 2 weeks. But right now, she's estimated a little bit over a month for them to review those documents.
And I see that, let me see. I see that there's a total balance here, or a total lump sum for services, remaining fee, it's $835,768.
That is for the invoice of HAP and Associates? Or,
Is that the one that we're talking about?
no, this is GrantWorks.
Oh, GrantWorks, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
for the downtown administrator,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
let-
I don't know what order y'all have it.
Yeah, the other way. Okay. Yes, yeah, because the numbers were not adding, because I remember that it was going to be 500,000, right?
Yes, it's 500,000. This, like I said, it's going to be reimbursed 100%, but they need to approve first the report that they submitted early March, and then they'll process this payment for us.
Very well. And Mr. Cantu, it's also your recommendation that we approve it?
Yes, sir.
Or that there's a high likelihood that we're going to recover on this one?
Yeah.
Very well. Okay.
I have a question, Mr. Cantu. On this one, like, why don't we wait until we get the authorization and then do it? That way we can be 100% sure that we're gonna get it. Or it's just a matter of time?
For the reimbursement, normally
Yes.
we do wait for those funds to come in, and once we get the funds, we have 5 business days to cut the check to the agency.
Okay,
So it doesn't necessarily mean that we're gonna pay them before we get them. I
Okay.
did advise them that since it was gonna take about a month for us to get approved of those documents, that we should wait to pay it out. But this would be before approving on TDA Go, since it's over 5,000, we need an approval by council.
okay,
So we
I
can
see.
certify on TDA Go.
I just don't want to be in the same situation that we were with the,
I
Yes.
understand, yeah.
Thank you.
We're gonna be waiting until we get the funds, and we have like about a week to cut
Okay.
that checks. for
yeah,
the
that,
records.
no, we, especially in city business, we cannot make any assumptions because then we're gonna end up waiting for a long time.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we're moving forward
For
to.
the half, yes. This is a payment of $28,750 for services, for the planning services that they've been doing for us.
For what project is this?
This is for the EDAP, Water Improvements Program.
Okay.
So this will be also reimbursed by EDAP with the money that we already have there. They have been working on the engineering plan, which they already submitted the Category A report to TWDB, and working on the water system model for us for that.
And their fee had already been contemplated within our project and the grant and everything?
This was all in the scope of work that was presented when we applied for the grant. So everything's already with the Texas Water Reservoir, all we have to do is pay them and then we get reimbursed. with the
Okay, very well. Just wanted to double check on that because this is close to $1 million. But,
We
okay.
do have an engineer here. We all want to hear an update on what they're doing with this invoice, the work that they did with this invoice.
Okay. Any other, not necessarily right now, let's finish with with all the items and then we'll come back.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commission.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon,
sir.
sir.
Salinas, I'm the interim public director for right now. The first item on the agenda would be 3 2-inch meters that we installed at Go Car Wash, Dr. Mario Ramirez and Star Camargo Bridge. The one from Star Camargo Bridge, we had to do it as the previous meter was reading 0. And that one had to be changed out. The other 2 is just one of our biggest consumers, so we switched them out on that note.
What's going to be the total amount for that
The total
invoice?
for that one is $6,145.96.
Okay.
Is that part of the pilot program we have going on, or
Yes, sir.
that's already outside that?
No, it's part of it.
Okay.
Right now, we have to upgrade our system so we can get more
Well-
meters reading, but it is part of that one.
Okay,
Technically not part of the pilot program. This is meters that were requested
okay,
to be installed. If you remember, we had been replacing
Yes.
the commercial meters.
yes,
And since the commercial meters are paying for themselves, based on the accounts that were not reading correctly, the department had been asked to continue replacing the commercial meters
on
until.
those, we're not gonna go with pilot, we're just gonna replace them all, basically, right?
Well, at some point, the pilot is gonna kick in.
Yeah.
You know, but if the pilot kicks in 2-3 years, I mean, we're not gonna be.
Yeah.
The idea is not to lose money while
Yes.
we get all the funds.
So which one is this, the one that you said is one of the biggest consumers?
One of the biggest consumers we have is a Go Car Wash.
Go Car Wash.
Yes.
Is that the one next to Peter Piper?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, we don't wanna be waiting for the pilot program to kick in to replace those meters. We wanna
No, no,
replace
no.
them as
Do
soon
we
as.
have new meters at the Blue Wing?
Yes, sir. We replaced those last Friday.
Now what we're doing, we're analyzing all the, like you said, the biggest consumption meters. And we're thinking that they're not reading what they're supposed to, we're swapping them out just to make sure that they're reading and like the mayor says, not to make up that money, they're gonna make up by a couple of months. So
Yeah, so.
the
Okay.
grant should be ready probably 6 more months, on to get funded.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was one of the reasons that we were doing this, because, I mean, you know how things go with grants. It might be 6 months, it might be 8 months, a year. There's no certainty. And during that time, the meters are paying for themselves, so that's why the department has been recommended to continue replacing these commercial meters.
How many more do we need, sir,
Right now,
to replace, especially the big accounts?
the big accounts, I want to say about 20 to 30 accounts.
More?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
Yeah, we're gonna
continue push.
continue trucking.
Get a proposal and let's move forward.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so one of the things that was recommended is obviously for them to get 2 or 3, 4 meters at a time, and then obviously it takes some time, and then once they install them, then order another batch and
Good one.
We're also
continue.
doing some of the residential meters that have 0 readings. There's, over 200 meters that are not giving us any readings, so we're also swapping out some of
Are
them.
you aware of any warranty that was implied on the existing meters?
It's been over 10 years that we purchased those meters, not that I know.
I know that when we had a proposal for the meters, some of them said that they had a 20-year guarantee. And I remember some of the companies.
ones we're going on with
Yeah,
right
it's a
now,
different
they
company.
do have a 10-year full-term warranty and then the 10-year prorated after that, so. But the ones that we currently have right now, I don't know any existing warranty on them.
One of the things, just so you know, to complement what the commissioner said, is that we do have 50 meters that are part of the pilot program, but those are for residential
Yes.
accounts. So our previous director was sitting with those, using them for NEO accounts, and one of the things that was recommended was for those meters to be installed to those accounts that are reading zeros.
Good plan.
And it's a total different company, so what's the point of looking for any warranty? We're not gonna use them again.
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you.
Well, I was thinking more of a liability issue. You know,
Right.
That's what I was thinking, because they did cause
A lot of those,
Yeah.
especially the commercial meters, would be interesting to find out what's their warranty, because technically
We
they
can send them the bill that we did not get for so many months.
Could be-
That would be a great warranty.
could be responsible also, maybe. I don't know, but it's worth looking into it. I like the idea. For the commercial meters, at least.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any other,
Yes, the next item would be ARC, AARC. These are done quarterly, the risk management plan for the wastewater treatment plant and the water treatment plant. They give the guys on the inside of a plan to, in case something goes wrong with their chlorine tanks, fire hydrant updates, they need to know if they're up to date on them.
is this a recurring expense?
Yes, they're done quarterly.
Okay, and I'm assuming that, which one are you talking about?
The one where it says risk management plan, June and March, and I think there's one from July and September, but that one's from 2024.
Risk management?
You have the page number there?
Yes.
86.
Oh, the AARC.
Yes.
That's the AARC. Yeah, it's
Okay.
right there. Okay, that's the one that I was looking for. Okay. Very well, sir.
Yes.
The chem trade is also a recurring expense, correct?
Yes. Those are the chemicals we use to lower our turbidity in the water treatment plant.
Okay.
There is 2 back-to-back gastos que hicieron. The reason is because of the rain. I think in those weeks we had that heavy rain. And in order to keep our turbidity levels from rising, we had to purchase a little bit more of chemicals.
Okay. And
So
the
that was-
enterprise?
Enterprise, that's our fleet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's a recurring
Yes.
expense. Okay.
Yes, sir. And I think that would be it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excited, Mayor. I'd like to, how long have you been serving as the interim director, Mr. Salinas?
Right now, a week. I already have a
He's
week.
been serving for a week, and as you can see, he's well versed as a director, so he knows his stuff.
And how long have you been with the city and the water department?
Going on 3 years.
3 years.
Yes, sir.
Well, welcome aboard and
Thank you.
make us proud. Make
Yes,
the
sir.
city proud and make your department proud.
Yes, sir. Will do. Thank you.
Thank you,
Wishing you
sir.
the best, sir. If there are no objections, Mayor, I move that we approve item 3A as presented.
I second.
Motion has been second. I'm assuming no questions, concerns? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries as presented. Moving to item 4A, Discussion and possible action to approve the 30-day extension of the declaration of local disaster for 250018 26 MARS EVERE weather for Rio Grande City, Texas.
Yes. Again, good afternoon.
Is
Yes,
that
this is,
the 26 March severe weather?
that's
Or-
the name they named it.
Okay,
26 March.
what's the actual,
It's a disaster on the storm that we had here a couple of weeks ago. And it stands back, and the governor actually approved it on the 28th, a 7-day, just a 7-day term. And now it's up to the cities and the local governors to continue the extension on it. It's every 30 days, so if 30 days is to continue on, then we're going to continue again doing another declaration.
Right.
But right now, it's just set for 30 days extension for the.
yes, sir. I
storm.
know that I had previously signed a declaration. That was the seven-day, correct?
But that was for the 7 days.
I know that there were a lot of residents that were affected severely by the weather that we had just recently, so
Yes.
it's my recommendation at this point that we extend the declaration for another 30 days so that we can continue working on bringing our community back to par. Do we have a motion to approve this item?
I move that we approve item 4A as presented.
Second.
Second?
Has been second. Questions, concerns? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The extension has been granted. We're going to be moving to executive session at this point, being item number 5. Do we have a motion?
Mayor, I move that we adjourn this part of the meeting and resume and go to executive session.
Second?
Has been second. We're adjourned to executive session at this point. Thank you. And the time being 12:41. Session, we're resuming and reconvening with our meeting, the time being 2:12 p.m. And at this time, there was no action on item 6A, B, or C. And at this time, the only thing left to do is to adjourn this meeting. And I would like to ask the commissioners if there's a motion or anything pending.
So moved, Mayor.
My second?
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we stand adjourned. Thank you so much for everybody for assisting and coming over today.
Thank you.